Om Akradunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasviha Paditavastama Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Atatrtiyodhyayaha.
Atatidiyodhyayaha.
Shri Bhagavad Vacha.
Shri Bhagavad Vacha.
Shloka number 20. Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim.
Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim.
Astita janakadayaha.
Astita janakadayaha.
Lokasangrahamevapi.
Lokasangraha mevapi.
Sampashyan kartumarhasi.
Sampashyan kartumarhasi.
So,
Yes.
Karmana eva samsiddhim astitaha janakadayaha. We saw this shloka. The shloka to be understood carefully. Otherwise, it will give a completely wrong understanding. Karmana, tritiya, by karma, by action. Eva also is by action alone. So, by action alone, samsiddhi is moksha. Moksha is gained. By karma alone, Janaka and others gained moksha. If you take the meaning, literal meaning of the words of the shloka, that is the meaning. But how can karma lead a person to moksha? Parichinnatvat. Karma is limited. Parichinna karmana aparichinna moksha praptihi katam bhavati. Moksha is already siddha. It is unlimited. It is infinite. Not infinite means not gained by any karma. It is siddha. Purnatvam is siddha. Purnatvam, completeness, not infinite. Infinity, infinite. Purnatvam. Purnatvam is better. Wholeness, fullness. Fullness cannot be gained. It is, one has to know it, that aham purnaha, not gained by karma. So here karmana is there, therefore how to interpret. That is why we need sampradaya. Karmana chitta shuddhi, ragadvesha nivrittihi, karma jnana yogyata praptihi. Then by jnanena moksha iti we have to supply. So karma, that is the order. So even Janaka and others also, they did not take sannyasa ashrama. Chaturtha ashrama, sannyasa ashrama, gave up karma and gained moksha. Remaining in Grihastha ashrama alone, they also gained moksha. They also attained Moksha. How? By doing karma, deka, chitta shuddhi, and after chitta shuddhi, jnana prapti. After jnanam also they continue to remain in the ashrama, grastha ashrama. Janakadeha, Janakar others. Whatever ashrama they were in before, the same ashrama, they continued not taking to sannyasa. Without sannyasa. Without sannyasa, taking to sannyasa ashrama. So as they were, similarly, you also lokasangraham eva, lokasangrahartham, lokasangraham eva api, even from the standpoint of, from the consideration of lokasangraha, you ought to do karma. Iti, Bhagavan says, even Arjuna, if you think yourself to be a jnani, even, even then, you need to perform karma for lokasangraha, for the welfare of the people. So that is the meaning. Then we will continue from where we left. After knowledge, why do action? Before knowledge, action, karma is required. But after knowledge, before knowledge, karma is required for what? Not for knowledge. It is for chitta shuddhi. It is for preparing the mind. Antakarana shuddhyartham. It is for readying the mind, making for readiness of the mind to receive the knowledge, to receive the teaching. Otherwise, with the mind which is not pure, which is endowed with, which is tasked with, which is caught in this web of raga and dvesha, it won't be able to appreciate the jnanam, and also knowledge cannot take place. It will be just an information. And also chitta naischalya, upasana also is required. The one-pointedness, the focus of the mind on the listening, shravana. Upasana also is required. So by karma yoga and upasana, by these methods, these are the indirect methods, parampara karanam, by which the mind is made ready. The mind is prepared to receive the knowledge. Once knowledge is received, after knowledge, then why do action? Why karma is required? That is the topic here. Understanding that one does karma to render one's mind fit for the knowledge, ready for the knowledge. Yogyata, jnana yogyata. For knowledge to take place, the mind has to be ready. To study grammar, Sanskrit grammar, the mind has to be ready. First, we have to know the language. Then only grammar is possible. Not knowing even the alphabets, how can you study Vyakaranam? Then that to Ashtadhyayi, impossible. So, the person is now sufficiently ready, prepared, is endowed with certain background, knowledge, the basic knowledge, then the person can pursue. So, therefore, the fitness of the mind, the readiness of the mind, the eligibility of the mind, in fact, it is required in every field, eligibility. Why the factor of eligibility is there in every field? Not all can do all the tasks. Certain eligibility, certain preparedness is required. So therefore, eligibility. One gains eligibility to pursue jnanam by doing karma. So understanding that one does karma to render one's mind fit for the knowledge, you may ask why the wise should continue to do karma once knowledge has been gained. What is the need for a jnani to pursue karma after gaining knowledge? Though karma has got no purpose. After jnanam, what karma can do? It cannot improve the jnanam. Jnanam once gained is gained. Jnanam is discovery of one's nature, one's swarupa. Then what is this jnanam is doing? What is the karma doing after jnana? Because it has no role to play. It cannot. Before also it has no role. Before it is only, it plays a role for preparing the antakarana. Not any role it plays directly for moksha. Direct role only jnanam plays. Jnanam plays a direct role for gaining moksha. Ajnanam is the cause for samsara. For ajnanam to go, in other words, moksha to be gained, what could be the cause? What could be the means? Jnanam. So ajnanam to go, jnanam is required. For darkness to go, light is required. So darkness is there if you do pranayama, if you do exercise, yoga abhyasa. Will darkness go away? Or you switch on the fan will drive away the darkness? No. So therefore, for darkness to go, there is only one way. You have to bring the light. For ajnanam to go, only one means, that is jnana. So therefore, jnanena ajnana nivrittihi. That is done. Then after ajnana nivritti, after moksha, after jnanam, why should the jnani performs karma? What is the need? So that is what is. That's a question asked, and it's going to be dealt with here. If Janaka and others already come to know, already gained jnana, should they not have dropped all the karma? So jnana is jnana means kartrutvam bhoktrutvam. Kartrutvam bhoktrutvam goes away. Aham karta, aham bhokta. So should not they have dropped all the karma? So after jnana, what is karma required? Okay, the kartrutvam bhoktrutvam we'll discuss later. What is really, what is the real tyaga is. So if Janaka and others already come to know, then shouldn't have they have dropped all the karma? All the karma they have, shouldn't they drop it? The Vedic karma, Laukika karma, even the karma, even the role of playing a king, etc. Shouldn't they drop it? No, Krishna said no. They could continue to do whatever karma was there for them to do, according to their prarabdha. The result of previous karma that had caused that present births. Because of prarabdha, because of the karma done before, because of the prarabdha, the force of prarabdha, they could continue to do whatever karma they were doing before. They can continue. That cannot improve the jnanam or cannot decrease the jnanam. Prarabdha is that the karma what has been done before, that is the cause for this janma, current janma. So because of the force of prarabdha, they continue what they were doing. So they were after jnanam, what is that? Choice is that to take sannyasa or one can continue to be. The jnanam is important. Jnanam, really speaking, sarva karma sannyasa. That is what I said. Kartrutva, agam karta, kartrutvam, agam bhokta, bhoktrutvam. So kartrutva, bhoktrutva, nivrittihi. That is sarva karma sannyasa. In fact, that is what real sannyasa, sarva karma sannyasa. Agam karta, I am the doer. That notion is not there. Who is the doer? How can Atma be a doer? Agam Atma, that is jnanam. Atma cannot do karma. In spite of the person doing karma, still he doesn't do, because the person is not Atma. Atma cannot do karma. So, therefore, the kartrutvam is notional. That is abhimana with the sharira mana sangata only. One takes oneself to be karta. Now, that's sharira abhimana, that kartrutva, the sharira abhimana has gone. Sharira abhimana gone means that aham idam shariram, this body mind sense complex has gone. Aham atma iti, that jnanam is therefore whatever the shariram does, it is not what the atma does. In the presence of atma, shariram functions, shariram acts, but atma doesn't do. Aham atma akinchit karomi, I the atma never perform any action. That is what sannyasa, sarva karma sannyasa. Therefore, a jnani may be performing karma, but still he is akarta. An ajnani performs karma because he is karta, therefore samsari. Jnani may be performing karma because of jnanam, he is akarta only, and therefore he is not a samsari. So that's the difference. So sarva karma sannyasa means not literally giving up karma, it is giving up karma through jnanam. Jnanena sarva karma sannyasa. So here, Janakadeha, they are all jnani. So jnanena sarva karma sannyasa. So after that, because of prarabdha, they continue to perform the karma, the whatever the ashrama and varna demands, they do. So that doesn't cause any dent in their jnanam. So they continue to do. Once knowledge is gained, all action is spontaneous. Whatever is to take place will take place. No one is going to stop it. Therefore, if Janaka were continue to being the king, he would be the king. If he were to renounce everything and continue his life as a sannyasi, he would have done so. It is his choice. It all depended on what was stored in his prarabdha. Even sannyasa also prarabdha. Had he chosen to take sannyasa, he could have, but he didn't choose because it was not in his prarabdha. Ramana Maharshi did not take sannyasa. Many, in fact, not taken to sannyasa, but jnanis. So what sannyasa, sarvakarma sannyasa is what is important. The kartrutva tyaga is what is sarvakarma sannyasa. And that sarvakarma sannyasa means jnanam. Bhashyakara in his Bhashya uses the word sarvakarma sannyasa. Kartrutva tyaga, not ashrama tyaga. Ashrama tyaga makes oneself an ashrama sannyasi. Kartrutva tyaga makes oneself a jnani. That's why in Gita also, the 6th chapter, Bhagavan Krishna says, Anashita karma palam karyam karma karotyaha sasanyasi yogi cha niragdiracha. Even though a person may be a yogi, but he performs karma without being attached to the results of action, that person is sannyasi only, even though he has not taken to sannyasa, but he is a sannyasi. Sannyasi is one who is jaragnihi, who doesn't perform any agni karma. Who doesn't perform any karma? It's a sannyasi. Any karma means the karma to in keeping with the varna and ashrama. Being a sannyasi, what karma is? No karma, no agni karma, no vedic karma, and also laukika karma also greatly reduced. That person is sannyasi. But this person, yogi, also sannyasi because he doesn't perform karma in keeping in mind the results of his action. Anashitaha karma palam. Therefore, that person also sannyasi iti praises yogi, karma yogi. If that is so, then what to talk about the jnani here? So, it all dependent on what was stored in this prarabdha. Once a person is no longer bound by his or her karma or by any ragadvesha, the question of performing or not performing karma simply doesn't arise. Person is not bound by karma, not by ragadvesha. Then where is the question of performing karma, not performing karma? You're not bound by ragadvesha. So there is no question of performing or not performing. So whatever you do, that action will be spontaneous, that will be in keeping with the dharma, that will be in keeping with what is to be done. So how the person lives, whether he or she lives a life of activity or a life free from all activities, depends surely on the person's prarabdha. So whether he continues to do what he was doing or take the sannyasa, it's all prarabdha. It's all depends on prarabdha only. Purva krita karma. Whatever is in store. Now you may ask, did prarabdha has its influence on this person? The prarabdha is the result of previous action. After jnanam, still is there influence of prarabdha on this person? One may think. Then what is the use of this jnana? This prarabdha is only from the standpoint of the observer. From the onlooker standpoint only, all this we talk. The jnani, for jnani, no karma. Jnani is free from prarabdha, agami, sanchita, all karmas. He is not karta. How can he be bound by karma? So prarabdha only, it's all from the onlooker standpoint, from the standpoint of the people. Really prarabdha, what is prarabdha? Agam akarta abhokta. Then what prarabdha can do? The result of the past action. It cannot create any dent in the jnanam of this person, jnani. So prarabdha is only from the standpoint of the people. But that's this prarabdha. So after jnanam sadhan, this prarabdha also will not stop. It is something like that is the arrow that is shot from the that is what that is shot. It is like the bullet that is fired until it reaches a target. Until it reaches target, it has to fly. So prarabdha is started. So it has gained momentum. So it has to stop in it. It has to stop by itself. You cannot stop it. Once jnana means sudden break, it will not stop. So the prarabdha, that is prarabdha force. So because of the prarabdha, the person continues to be doing what he was doing, or he can take. That is also prarabdha. Taking sannyasa, if it is there, he will take sannyasa. Otherwise, continues. The point is, he or she is no longer controlled by likes and dislikes. Even the desire for moksha, for liberation, is gone, having been fulfilled by the knowledge of truth of oneself. Even the moksha icha is gone because it is moksha is gained. Then where is the moksha icha? Moksha icha from what? So it's not there. So he is free from all desires now. So therefore, karma, any karma, what we do as its basis on desire. Karma is the result of kama. Kama is there, therefore karma is. Kama not there, where is karma? And here the person is a jnani, doesn't have kartritva. Therefore, no karma, no kama, and therefore no karma. And in spite of karma being there, the person is still not doing. So the doer not being there, the karta not being there, there is virtually nothing for a wise person to do. Therefore, the wise person doesn't do anything. Karta not there. Nor is there anything that such a person cannot do either. What the person will do depends only on what happens with him or her, itself governed by the prarabdha that resulted in this particular birth. So prarabdha started when this janma was taken, it was started. So it cannot be stopped. It will have its own course because it is started. So till it is exhausted, it will. And prarabdha is only for the shariram of the jnani, not for the atma. So shariram only undergoes or experiences the results of prarabdha. And this jnani just as a sakshi witnesses the karma prarabdha. Suppose if there is a prarabdha in the person that the shariram will get some disease, like in the case of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he had throat cancer. Shariram had cancer, but not he, because he is Atma. He never bothered about the illness because his abhimana is not with the shariram. So prarabdha vashat. But even in the case of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, we don't say prarabdha. It is said that they say that the devotees, they say, in fact, he took the karma of other people, his devotees. He took up the responsibility of them. Therefore, he had to suffer. They say that is also possible. Avatara can take take up responsibility of people, our own devotees, and they suffer for them. Like Jesus, we say he suffered. In fact, that is a concept. That is the idea. He suffered for us means what? He took up our karma and he suffered. That is the idea actually behind that, but people don't understand. Not that every time you have to come and suffer. Anyway, prarabdha karma is generally accompanied by the free will that a human being has. This free will can interfere with prarabdha in many ways. This is another important thing, the prarabdha and free will. Prarabdha versus free will. If prarabdha is there, then how can free will operate? Free will can interfere with prarabdha, modifying it, mending it, working against it, and doing anything else to it that free will can do. Given that prarabdha and free will go together, every situation is both prarabdha based plus will based. A very important thing. This is not understood. That's why people say everything is karma. Everything is karma, but free will also is there. If the prarabdha is so strong, free will cannot do anything. If prarabdha is mild, then free will can change it. If prarabdha is madhyama, as medium force, then free will. Then through free will, we have to initiate some action, and that can counter it or reduce the effect of prarabdha. So we say prarabdha, three types of prarabdha. Prabala prarabdha, madhyama, durbala. If the prarabdha is durbala, if it is weaker, then by mere prayer, we can counter prarabdha. Prarabdha, what I here means, it is some negative effects. If it is positive, it is welcome. Suppose if the prarabdha brings unpleasant situations, then to reduce that, we work, we apply our free will, we work. If prarabdha cannot be changed, then what is the use of free will? Then everything is karma, everything is decided. No. If prarabdha is mild, then free will can change, which free will can reduce the prarabdha or completely nullify the prarabdha if it is mild by prayer, prarthana. If the prarabdha is so strong, nothing can happen. Even the prayer prarthana cannot do anything. Just we have to surrender to the prarabdha. But prayer helps to have the strength to face the prarabdha. That is the benefit of prayer. Prayer doesn't do means not that we should not pray. Prayer gives us strength, it gives us the tenacity to withstand the prarabdha. If prarabdha is madhyama, it is medium, then not only by prayer, one has to work also physically, one has to work for it, put effort. Then prarabdha, that bad prarabdha, can be nullified. So therefore, any situation is governed by both the prarabdha and free will. It is not only free will, it is not only prarabdha. It's a combination. Whether prarabdha is strong, mild, or weak, we don't know. Free will is like that. Free will, how much free will can do with prarabdha, we cannot say because we don't know. Combination of both, which is strong, which is weak, we don't know. That only Bhagavan knows. If you know everything, then we become Bhagavan. Sarvagya, Sarva Shaktiman, Sarva Vitt. We don't know. Where prarabdha stops and free will begins, no one can say. Yes. There is no way of knowing which one brought you to a particular situation. In the wake of self-knowledge, however, free will is not a factor. Only then does prarabdha alone take care of your life. If it is your prarabdha, if it is in your prarabdha to teach, you teach. Yes. The teacher also teaches because of his prarabdha. If it is not, then he will not teach. If you have to sit quietly, then that is what you do it, like Ramana Maharishi. If you have to rule a kingdom, you rule the kingdom, like Janaka. So, Janaka, the Jnani, ruled the kingdom. That is his prarabdha. Ramana Maharishi, the Jnani, sat quietly. That is his prarabdha. So prarabdha alone take care of your life then. Krishna mentioned Janaka here because Janaka was a king who was considered to be a wise man. Being a king meant that Janaka engaged in a lot of activities. It's not easy. He had the responsibility of protecting the kingdom, prajas. He is responsible for the welfare of the people, the country he was ruling. So therefore, he did not just sit and relax. He was the one whose phone was always ringing, so to speak. Even though he had a lot of people to help him, they are always asking for advice. They would ask, what should I tell this person? What should I tell that person? We don't have any money. Our granary is empty. What shall we do? But in spite of all the activities that were involved in ruling the kingdom, Janaka committed to rule because of his prarabdha. Knowing that Arjuna's prarabdha was to fight this battle, Krishna told him to do karma, to do that karma, because it is in the Arjuna's prarabdha. It was not that Arjuna had decided to fight Duryodhana. He did not even want this war. He was brought to it by his prarabdha. Arjuna was right inside this particular situation, one that warranted certain action on his part. If Janaka and others were wise men, they continue to do their jobs because of the prarabdha. And if they are not wise, they are doing karma yoga. The point Krishna was making here is that a person achieves wisdom by doing whatever is to be done and not by running away from it. That's what the point here is. Even Janaka and all were doing, it means because that is to be done, he was doing. In spite of being a jnani, he was doing it. So if you are wise, if Janaka and all were wise people and they were doing, even if you are not wise, you have to do it. So that is the idea. So Krishna might have said to Arjuna, suppose if you look upon yourself as a wise man, you're right. Suppose you consider yourself a jnani. Are you going to say, I'm a wise man, therefore I shouldn't do action? See, Janaka, he was doing action, wise man. So why not you? Is there any rule that a wise man should not do action? The so-called wise man desiring his wise doesn't do karma. It means he's bound by karma because he himself is taking himself to be karta, a doer. If he's bound by karma, definitely not a sannyasi. Definitely not a wise person. See, the question of why should I do karma? Why should I do karma means that question comes only when you are a karta. When you are karta, you cannot be a jnani. When you are a jnani, you cannot be a karta. So if you say yourself to be a jnani, you are not a karta. Then what prevents you from doing that karma? You can still do because you are not a karta, you are a karta. The very question you say, why should I do this karma? That shows you are not a jnani. Because you are not a jnani, therefore you have to do this karma. No choice. That is the idea. Wisdom is knowing that Atma is not a doer. That is knowledge. Jnanam is Agam Atma na karta. Atma is a karta. Atma cannot do. For the person who has this wisdom, there is no mandate to do or not to do karma. Ko vidhi, ko nishedaha. No vidhi and no prohibitions. It's about do's and don'ts. Only prarabdha takes care of the person after jnana. This is in no way means that you are wise, you will not do karma. You have to do karma amounts to laziness, yes. Unless, of course, you take sannyasa, for which a certain preparedness is required. The point here is that even if you are a wise person, you can look at the situation you have been presented with and do what is to be done. That is what a jnani does. Given the situation, what is to be done, he does. There is no problem for him to do it. Anyway, he is akarta. Even if he doesn't do, that is also okay, fine for a jnani. But jnanis are mature people. They do. Given the situation, he does. And that too, not taken to sannyasa. In keeping with the Varna ashrama, they commit to doing karma. Therefore, that is what here Krishna says, quoting Janaka and others. If they themselves are doing, why not you? Okay, we'll stop here. Arjuna was a leader. We'll continue the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Dhanyavadaha.